What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? BizzyDad here, you there, and we are checking out the final round, last round of spoilers for Force of Will's Vingolf 3, which is coming out next week. I can't believe it. And I've been really excited, as you know, and as we've been seeing, the spoilers have been really good. And as you can see, I'm still checking them out. Look at this picture of me reading them. All right, what's it going to be this week? Well, it is Valhalla Rulers. Now, those of you who know, I came into this game in the Alice cluster, so I didn't have too much experience with the Grim cluster. I have zero experience with the Valhalla cluster, but you hear things about the rulers and how good they were, how bad they were. That's neither here nor there. We're looking to see how they fit into this Vingolf set, and most importantly, do we end these spoilers on a high note, go out with a bang? They've been so good so far. Let's see if Valhalla lives up to the hype. We got a lot of cards. Let's jump right into them. So first off, Dragon Knight Commander Siegfried, a 3-drop Dragon Knight Resonator, 2 light, 1 other to play, 700 attack and defense. When this card enters your field, recover all dragons you control. Really nice if you run dragons. This card will gain +6/+6 and flying as long as you control a dragon. So, 1 dragon makes Siegfried a 13/13 flyer for 3 will. That is insane, extremely insane, and really makes him playable and really makes me want to play dragons. Well, first of all, I mean, let's just not ignore the fact that the artwork is really good on this card, but when you're looking at value, this is unbelievable. Dragons are fun to play, and they can be very powerful, and here's a guy who just makes you recover them all. You can have them attack. If they're flying, have them attack, then play this guy and recover all the dragons, swing again, and now he's a 13/13 flyer. So really good card, really good way to start off the spoilers. Okay, Soul, Envoy of Light, a 2-drop Spirit Resonator, 1 light, 1 other play, 400 attack and defense. When this card enters your field, reveal the top card of your Magic Stone deck. If it's a non-special light Magic Stone, put it into your field. So we get a little taste of Gretel here on the light side. Gretel would come in, you'd show the top card of your Magic Stone deck. If it was wind, it would go into your field. This is kind of the same way. However, it has to be non-special. So basically just a basic light Magic Stone. But if you run a Millium deck with the Fairy Tales and you're running light, this is a great way to get a free light stone, and it comes right into your field recovered, not rested. So this card does have some potential here. Night Lord of Godspeed, 5-drop Knight Resonator, 1000 attack and defense, 2 light, 3 other to play, with swiftness, not bad. When the card enters your field, J Resonators you control gain precision until the end of turn. So, okay, not bad. We have a 5 cost. The other Resonators out there that cost 5 that might be a little stronger, but don't underestimate the swiftness part. He can come in and swing right away. And also giving your other J Resonators precision is pretty strong too. Kind of a way to bring him in, give the other J Resonators precision, clear the field, and maybe the Night Lord comes in for the final kill shot. So it's not bad. Move on to Fire, and oh boy, I don't know if I'm going to butcher this or not, but it's Barust, I don't know. Barust, the Machine Deity of Purgatory, a Demon Resonator, 1 red to play, 0 attack, 100 defense. The card will gain +2/+2 for each Magic Stone in all graveyards. So kind of interesting off the bat. If you rest and banish a Magic Stone, this card will deal 500 damage to target Resonator. That is pretty steep when you consider that Lightning Strike will do it for 1 red, and if you're playing red, you probably have a Lightning Strike. Rest it and banish 2 Magic Stones, and you destroy a target special Magic Stone. Okay, that's probably the more interesting of the two. You do have to banish 2 Magic Stones to destroy a special Magic Stone. So Wow, I mean, you'd have to be in a situation where you're running more than 10 stones in your deck. You're running a lot of stones and you have the stones to banish. But I can also see this just being part of a win condition or just being a part of a deck tech in a way. You can basically create a deck where you flood so many just basic magic stones, like just a ton of red stones or whatever you're playing, and then have a Barust come out there and just start banishing them and picking away at your opponent's special magic stone. So kind of like a bleed out. That's kind of cool. Actually got my wheels turning on that one. So, but I really like the artwork. No surprise there. But this is kind of interesting and creative. So something I'm going to have to give a good look into. Oh my gosh, the font is small. Let's see if I can say this. Shimeyev Yoshihiro, the Feudal Flame Lord, is a 3-drop Daimyo Resonator, 2 red, 1 other to play, 800 attack and defense with swiftness. Whenever a J Resonator you control is blocked, destroy it, and the blocking J Resonator. So it seems on the surface that this is okay. I mean, it's a good way to trade with your opponent. As long as this is on the field, anytime one of your J Resonator is blocked, it gets destroyed. And the blocking J Resonators, I actually probably have to be more careful than anything here. You don't want your J Resonator to be destroyed just because it got blocked, especially by someone smaller. And I think that could be where the trouble is. If this guy's on the field and you're swinging away at your opponent might just block with a little weenie, 100 to 200, knowing that everybody's going to be destroyed. So be a little careful with this. And also looks like it reads itself too. So even though it has swiftness, if it gets blocked, it's going to be destroyed. So just I exercise some caution with this card. Salamander, Envoy of Fire, another Spirit Resonator, 2 red, 2 other to play, 600 attack and defense. When this card enters your field, it deals 600 damage to target opponent and target Resonator your opponent controls. I don't mind that. That's pretty cool. I'm just looking at the fact that it costs 4 to do it, and I'm not a fan. I don't really know if there's going to be any other support cards for him to kind of maybe make it cheaper or make it more worthwhile or maybe a way to buff the damage, but just looking at it first glance, not too crazy about it. Kronos, the god of time. He's on the throne. We've seen this guy enough. We just saw him before. A Myth Resonator for 4, 2 blue, 2 other to play, 0 attack, 1000 defense. At the beginning of your turn, draw a card. So basically we have double draws here. You will draw a card at the beginning of your turn and then draw a card as part of your draw phase. This is insane. Just drawing is great. As much as I say discard is death, drawing is life, I guess you could say in a way. And the fact that when Kronos is on the field, you're going to be drawing 1 extra. If you could somehow find a way to get 2 Kronoses on the field, then it looks like you're drawing 3 cards. So, wow. No attack, but we're not looking for him to attack. We don't really want to put him on the line. 1000 defense is good, but with so many cards like the Bear Magic and other ways to deal with him and get him off the field, I'm sure opponents are going to be going for him, but definitely a good card, good ability. Tomo Gozen, the Merciful Aqua Twin Swords. Say that 5 times real fast. I'm probably sure that I mispronounced it too, which I apologize. A Swordsman Resonator for 2, 1 blue, 1 of other, 500 attack, 600 defense with 2 awakenings, and they are exactly the same thing. So for a blue, when this card enters your field, return target Resonator to its owner's hand. So it says it twice, which means you have the ability or the option to do it twice. It's so nice, we'll do it twice. Basically what it says is it comes in for 2. If you pay an awakening, pay 1 blue for the awakening, you could bounce a Resonator back to its owner's hand. If you pay both awakenings, you send 2 Resonators back to its owner's hand. So I'm not worried about the stats here. I'm worried about the really good value in just for 3 sending a Resonator back, or pay 4 and you send 2 Resonators back. I really like that. It fits the MO of playing blue decks and bouncing really well. So I really do like this card, and I think this card will definitely see some play. Nymph, Envoy of Water, Spirit Resonator, 4 drops, 1 blue, 3 of other, 700 attack, 1200 defense, flying. No other abilities, no other text. Flying is always good. 1200 defense I like, and a 700 attack for 4. I mean, okay. I mean, there are ways to pump it up, I'm sure. Get more attack on there, but it pretty much just a plain vanilla resonator here. Frigg, Goddess of Abundant Harvests. 5-drop Myth Resonator. 2 green, 3 other to play, 800 attack and defense. When this card enters your field, put up to 1 target Resonator, up to 1 target Addition, and up to 1 target Chant from your graveyard into your hand. Wow. Okay, this is a hand filler. This is a resurrector from the graveyard, if you will, right into your hand. Okay, so we could see why now she costs 5 to get in there. 8/8 is definitely not worth it for 5, but when you look at that ability is really nice. Could get some key cards out of the graveyard to put right back into your hand. Oberon, Lord of the Elves, Elf Resonator. 2 green, 2 other to play, 700 attack and defense. When this card enters your field, put 3 100/100 Win Elf Resonator tokens into your field. Oberon is super strong. He doesn't come in alone. He's basically 4 Resonators for the 4-drop. It's going to be him, and it's going to be the 3 Elf Resonator tokens that come into the field with him. So he's an elf, so Featsing decks rejoice. Not to mention that if Featsing is flipped over, those elves are now 5/5 on the tokens, and Oberon becomes 11/11. So definitely the swarm is real with this guy. And like I said, he's not coming alone. It's really 4 Resonators, so I think this is a really strong card. And of course, artwork great. Sylph, Envoy of Wind. Spirit Resonator, 600 attack and defense, 2 green to play with Resonance. So when a Wind Magic Stone enters your field, you recover this card. Pretty cute technique here. You can attack with Sylph and then call a Magic Stone and pop them back up, and then you can attack again. So nice little gimmick here. Other than that, I mean, 6/6 for 2, can't complain about that either. On to Dark, Serial, Lord of the Moons, Fallen Angel Resonator. I love how this guy looks. 4-drop, 2 dark, 2 other to play, 600 attack, 800 defense. But look at the ability. Pay 1 dark and rest and banish another Resonator. Put target Resonator from your graveyard into your field. Play this ability only during your turn. I love the card. I love the creativity and the options that this is going to bring into it. You might think it's steep, paying dark and banishing and resting him, but depending on that Resonator, and if you're playing a black-green deck where you can use the planting bean, those magic beans, to put some big hitter into your graveyard, or if you have cards like Soul Hunt where you can just discard it and put cards like Azathoth and Golems and put those big guys into your graveyard, and then basically just use Serial's ability to put it right into your field. That is really sweet, especially if you banish a Resonator with graveyard effects that make your opponent do something or make you go search your deck for something. Again, the creativity is there. I really like this card. Shade, Envoy of Darkness, Spirit Resonator. Looks like the Spirit Resonators are the envoys. That's what I'm getting out of this. 2 dark to play, 600 attack, 400 defense. If you rest and banish this card, the card will deal 600 damage to target J Resonator and you gain 600 life. Okay, I like that. But this also has a resonance. Whenever a dark magic stone enters your field, you may pay 3 dark, and if you do, put this card from your graveyard into your hand. So a good way to get it right back into your hand and can come right back onto the field. Besides him looking amazing, it's okay. 3 is a little steep, but I can understand it, being that if the resonance, you'll get a dark stone right there. So it's possible, and I can see people being creative with this. Low-key, Being of the End. So here's a Myth Resonator, 2 dark to play, 500 attack, 100 defense. Pretty weak, but let's check them out. This card gains 0 attack plus 100 defense for each card in your graveyard. So this guy's not going to be much early on, but as the game progresses and more cards get in your graveyard, he's going to get more defense. This card will also gain flying, and whenever this card deals damage, you gain that much life, as long as you have 10 or more cards in your graveyard. So I like that ability. I like the mechanic here. I'm just a little sad that he does not get any extra attack along the way. He's just pumping up the defense, which is fine. But ultimately, if you have 10 cards in your graveyard, he becomes a 5/11 flyer, and that 500 damage will end up being life for you. So if you can find ways to make him stronger on the attack, you're going to get that much damage to your opponent, and then you're going to gain that much life too. So again, creativity would help him out here, but I like where they're going. Finally, Odin, the Omniscient, a Myth Resonator, 6 drop, 1 dark, 1 green, 4 of other, 1000 attack and defense. If you would produce will with a magic stone you control, you produce that will plus 1 of the same kind as another will produced this way instead. Wow, I almost, my knees buckled reading that. I want to make sure I understand it. Okay, if you produce a will with the magic stone, okay, you're going to produce that will plus 1 of the same kind as another will produced this way instead. So the way I'm reading that, if you produced will with a dark stone, you're going to produce 2 dark. So now my question is, what if you had a dual stone, like a black and green? If you produce green, will you also produce black as well, or are you going to produce 2 green? So if anybody out there can correct me if I'm wrong or just kind of back me up on it. But really what I'm seeing out of this is instead of 1 will, a stone is going to produce 2 will for you. Not sure on the exact colors, but you're going to get 2 out of it. Wow. So I know that was a mouthful, and I know that was a lot, but they released a lot of cards in the last round of spoilers. And guys, I love it. I am excited and really pumped for this set. I got my pre-order in, and I'm just going to sit and wait for those babies to come. And don't worry, you're going to get a full unboxing as always. But I want to know what you think. Did they really seal the deal with the last round of spoilers? Leave a comment below. I love the discussion. You know that. Like, share, subscribe. More videos, more decks, more matches, and definitely some unboxings coming. So guys, that's it for today. And as always, thanks for a few minutes, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.